Disclaimer. This video is created for entertainment and educational purposes only.
Love, light, and peace, family. Welcome to another episode of the High Zone. Today on the menu, we got some disturbing, diabolical TikToks. Before we get into that, if you're not tapped in with the family, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell for every time I drop. You could be rocking out with me and the family. Family, I appreciate everybody. Today's Sunday. Let's have a good show. Don't forget to hit that share button and that hype button. For more people that's like-minded like you and brilliant-minded like you get to see these videos, I truly appreciate every last one of you who shares the video. Thank you, thank you, thank you. With that being said, Zone family, let's get straight into these bangers. That's a lot of snow. Good Lord, the third floor? Golly.
Это второй этаж. И надо зайти в глубину.
That's insane. Russia built different. That husky. Oh, that was in Russia? We reviewed this video right here. That's why bro didn't run. They built different. That's wild. I bet they ain't got no food. Damn. Different. In the US, we complain about 2 feet, couple inches. Wow.
Он до третьего этажа дошел. А тут третий этаж закрыл. Прикинь. Заходи давай. Заходи.
Zone family, would you like to experience something like that? Definitely let me know.
Atlanta, Georgia, October 19th, 2024. Diana Mitchell stands in the bodies exhibition at the Georgia World Congress Center and feels something she hasn't felt in 25 years. Recognition, not the good kind. The kind that makes your blood run cold. The kind that makes you question your sanity even as every cell in your body screams that you're right. The kind that tells you the son you've been searching for since 1999 is standing right in front of you. Plastinated, preserved, on display for $20 admission. But we need to go back. We need to understand how Diana got here. How a mother's 25-year search ends in a science museum. How a missing person case becomes a fight against an industry built on stolen bodies. This is that story. Before we continue, I just want to say thank you for taking the time to hear my story. If you're comfortable, let me know in the comments where you're watching from and what time it is where you are. Now let me tell you what happened to Diana Mitchell and her son Marcus. October 15th, 1999. Marcus Mitchell is 19 years old, freshman at Morehouse College, 6'2", basketball player. Bright smile with a gold crown on his upper left molar that he saved 3 months of work-study money to get. His mother said it was a waste. Marcus said it made him look cool. Marcus walks out of the Morehouse library at 8 p.m. He's supposed to meet someone. He doesn't tell his mother who, just says he'll be home by midnight. He never comes home. 3 days later, his car is found in the parking lot of Grady Memorial Hospital. Keys in the ignition, wallet on the passenger seat, cell phone in the cup holder, everything there except Marcus. Diana files a missing person report. Atlanta Police Department opens an investigation. They interview Marcus's friends, his professors, his basketball teammates. Everyone says the same thing. Marcus was happy, excited about college, had big plans, would never just leave. The police investigate for 6 weeks. They check hospitals, homeless shelters, bus stations. Nothing. No leads, no witnesses, no body. After 6 weeks, the case goes cold. The detective tells Diana that Marcus probably ran away, that young men sometimes get overwhelmed by college and just disappear, that he'll probably come home when he's ready. Diana knows better. A mother knows. Marcus wouldn't just leave. Something happened to him. She never stops looking. For 25 years, Diana searches. She plasters Atlanta with missing person posters every year on Marcus's birthday. She hires private investigators she can't afford. She joins missing persons support groups. She prays every Sunday at Greater Mount Zion Baptist Church. She keeps Marcus's bedroom exactly as he left it. His Morehouse jersey on the wall. His baby shoes in a shadow box. His high school basketball trophies gathering dust. People tell her to move on, to accept that Marcus is gone, to live her life, to let go. She can't, won't. A mother doesn't give up on her child. Diana is 52 years old now, works as a nurse at Emory Hospital, lives in a small apartment in Southwest Atlanta. Raised her granddaughter Jasmine alone after Jasmine's mother Marcus's girlfriend died when Jasmine was 2 years old. Jasmine is 18 now, never met her father, only knows him through photos and Diana's stories. But Jasmine looks exactly like Marcus. Same eyes, same smile, same stubborn determination. It's Jasmine who asks Diana to go to the bodies exhibition. "Grandma, please." Jasmine tugged on her arm, her eyes bright with academic curiosity. "It's educational. I'm pre-med. I need to see real human anatomy." Diana doesn't want to. The idea of looking at dead bodies makes her stomach turn. After spending 25 years searching for her dead son, the last thing she wants is to see corpses on display. But Jasmine is persistent, and Diana has never been able to say no to that face. Marcus's face. "Okay." Diana finally agrees, letting out a slow breath she didn't realize she was holding. "But if I get uncomfortable, we leave immediately." "Deal." Jasmine grinned, relief flooding her face. They buy tickets on Saturday morning. $60 for 2. The exhibition is packed. Families with children, school groups, medical students, tourists. Everyone here to see real human bodies preserved through plastination. Diana holds Jasmine's hand even though Jasmine is 18. Force of habit, the need to protect, the fear of losing someone else. They enter the first exhibition hall. The circulatory system, a full human body. Skin removed, every vein and artery visible in red and blue. Preserved, displayed, real human tissue, real organs. Diana feels sick. "These are real people?" Her voice was a strained whisper. "Anonymous donors." Jasmine reads from the educational placard, her brow furrowed in concentration. "They donated their bodies to science. This is for education.
Zone family, that was a real story right there. The Marcus case at the Anatomy Museum. There is some real evil out here in this world. How did her son end up in this Anatomy Museum? That is diabolical. But anyway, let's keep it moving.
So my downstairs neighbor is trying to evict me.
I bet you can't guess why. I bet money you cannot guess why her downstairs neighbor is trying to evict her. Actually, here's what I want you to do. I'm going to give you a second to pause this video, and I want you to go in the comment section. I want you to put the reason you think her downstairs neighbor is trying to evict her. And then after I tell you the actual reason, I want you to reply to your comment with your reaction to the real reason. Okay, you ready? I'm going to give you a second to pause it. Okay, good. She's shitting and pissing in the yard. Yeah. She apparently has some trauma in her past that doesn't allow her to go to the bathroom in the bathroom. So instead, she goes out to their shared backyard and shits there. And her downstairs neighbor had a party the other night and specifically asked her, said, hey, I have like 10, 15 people coming over, and I would prefer if I didn't have my neighbor shitting in my yard during the party. What do you think she did? Yeah, in the middle of the party, in front of 10, 15 people, walks out into the backyard, drops her pants,
diabolical,
and shits. Bro. So yeah, they justifiably want her gone.
Please explain this. There's nothing in here to make energy. Where is it coming from? We are looking at either frequency or magnetic energy. When I break contact, it goes away. ¿Qué tipo de pierde es este?
Simplemente es un cristal de roca, una tecnología avanzada.
¿Dónde es la energía? ¿De qué?
Definitely some frequency.
What I'm saying as an electrical professional is, where is the energy coming from? There's no battery here. This is a solid stone. And as soon as I touch it, it goes away. That means energy is being pulled out of the ambient environment. How is this emitting light right now with no battery, no cable, nothing connected? You could really study these things for a long time. Oh, fuck.
Sorry, that was out loud.
Tienen 4 dedos. No tienen 5.
This is soft. I can't see the tool marks. It's still covered in dirt. ¿Dónde encontraste?
Es en México.
We're bringing a specialist to test the electromagnetic frequency.
I am that specialist.
Whoa. Look at it jump.
Could be from the camera getting close to it.
Back up some. What the hell? Look at it. Está cambiado. It is jumping all around. Low down there. 1.6. It's coming out of the third eye. Holy shit. What in the fuck? Yo voy a averiguar cómo se.
Wow.
How free energy is flowing through this rock will be the way we get free energy from this earth. The way it was supposed to be. Probably could use a little help figuring out all this big-brained shit. I'm not as smart as I look.
That is amazing. Like, seriously. It's not even plugged up. And it's harvesting the ether. That is crazy.
Time travel. Candace Owens says Charlie Kirk could potentially be a time traveler, and I'm gonna go ahead and debunk the debunkers because I actually have receipts. Now, she shares these text messages where he says, I think I'm a time traveler, this is my home, I think you found me, etc. Sounds completely outrageous, right? But not so fast. Did you guys know there are several declassified CIA programs that deal with time travel, starting with this one called the Gateway Process, in which is a program where they use hemisync audio, aka frequencies, to synchronize the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere of your brain to alter consciousness. Now, it also says that reality is an egg-shaped hologram projected from an infinite absolute energy field beyond space-time, but here's the interesting part, if it hasn't gotten interesting already, where all events, past, present, and future, coexist as an encoded information, aka time travel, because this process actually puts you in an outer body experience where you're not experiencing time as linear, but any and everywhere all at once. Also, it says the universe functions like a binary computer, which brings us to simulation theory. And remember Elon said, we live in a simulation? Well, he just tweeted this. Most politicians are just actors on a stage. You don't see the script writers, directors, and producers who control them, aka programmers or people who control this type of technology, who can see through time, different timelines, different scenarios, outcomes, etc. Now, we're just starting to scratch the surface because a project linked to the Gateway Process is this project, Project Stargate. which they had psychic agents and remote viewers that can review different parts of the Earth, off-world locations, and even different timelines through astral projection. Now, they said they needed these types of people with these special abilities to link these projects together to make it possible. They also had Project Pegasus, where they took kids and sent them back in time, so they allegedly had this kid go to the Gettysburg Address, and Project Looking Glass, where they can review multiple timelines. Wait, hold up, now question. If Charlie Kirk was a time traveler and had agents around him, which he could have easily been a part of Project Pegasus, wouldn't she constitute as an agent, being that she's in this documentary called Black Start, where she's talking about EMPs? Yeah, electromagnetic pulses, alongside former CIA director James Woosley. I mean, at this point, she really reminds me of the wife in The Truman Show. And people always ask, why would they disclose anything? Well, that's because of the Freedom of Information Act, and through federal law, legally, they have to be transparent with us. Now, I can go on and on, but make sure you guys hit up my YouTube, The Maverick Approach, and let me know what you guys think about all this down below.
Zone family, was Charlie Kirk a time traveler? What? Facts or fake? Comment down below.
As a nurse on a terminally ill floor, we had a patient who was admitted, and one day I went in to bathe this patient, and she was more alert than she usually was. She was very suspicious acting. She asked me if I could draw the curtain. She wanted to know if there was another patient in the other bed, and I said no, which I was a little surprised because she wasn't so alert. In fact, most things that she did was call out one particular name. So she proceeded to talk to me, and she said there's something that she needs to talk to someone about, that she needed to tell them something. She said, I've held it in a long time. And then she said that a lot of years ago, she was out with a bunch of people, and they were, she said, rock hunting. And she kept saying, I wasn't supposed to be there, but I went. And she goes, and then she said, I wish I hadn't. And she said they were out and they were walking around, and they came upon a hill, and they went over the hill. And she said then they saw a large shiny object. And she said it was very large, and they wanted to see more, so they started walking toward it. She said that when they got there, that there was a large round object, and it was sitting on the ground. And she said, and then on the ground was some, she goes, blankets or something. And she said that one of the guys from the expedition, one of the men, walked over and they pulled back the covers. And she said there were little people. She couldn't believe it. There were actually little people. She said they had very large heads and very big eyes, and she said they had some kind of shiny material on. And I can't remember if she said what color. I thought she said blue, but I really can't remember at this point. But she said it was so shiny, it was almost like it was fluid-like. And she said, and then she became very upset. She goes, but you mustn't tell anybody. She goes, never tell anybody. And at this point, she would just keep looking around the room. She was very paranoid acting, and she said, because they can always find you. And I said to her, I said, who can always find you? She goes, the government can always find you.
What Bashar is saying and what other psychics are saying is, we have actually been working secretly, clandestinely, with extraterrestrials for decades on many different projects. Scientists, certain government officials, this has all been going on clandestinely behind the scenes. Now in 2027, it will be time to reveal that this has been going on all the time and to actually introduce the extraterrestrials that we've already been working with. So the idea of open contact is not that the extraterrestrials are suddenly arriving and we're going to have open contact. It's the revelation that they've already arrived and we've been working together for a while.
Ships may appear over your oceans just offshore, so that you know the ship will stay there over the water. You may watch it from shore. it will not move. You will not feel in any way, shape, or form threatened because it is not coming over your heads, over land where you are, but remaining.
Y'all heard that, right? Over the ocean. Not in the sky. They're not coming through the sky. They coming through the ocean. That should tell y'all a big fact about what's really going on. They coming from the ocean, not the sky. Let's keep it moving.
Arm's length out over the water so that it gives you time to absorb the fact that they are there off the coastlines of different countries around your world.
Yo, what even is going on? I took off one day, and I come back to all this crazy, satanic even stuff. We'll get back to the satanic commercial that they put on the news in 1 minute, because what they're actually doing will scare the crap out of you. That is, if you're not protected. So Macron here has a eye, but it gets a lot crazier than just the picture you saw at the beginning, because one, geopolitically wise, but also after people were aware of his eye looking like that, he started wearing sunglasses to hide it later on. So why is he if he just got hurt, you know, like there was an incident, then why would he be covering it up with sunglasses? This is not 2010, where you could walk up with very obvious sinister things happening and no one would know about it. Unrelated, I wonder what got in his eye. And geopolitically, it's crazy because there's a Norvis Ordo Seclorum going on. We just heard about Putin saying that he might nuke Europe, and then this right here happens. People like to point out particular eyes, but I'm telling you, it makes no difference. Obviously, he's got hurt. Then this commercial, this news station, showed a satanic broadcast in the middle of this. Now, I'm gonna tell you just how crazy that is and why. This does not happen by accident. They, the news, had the feed for this. You can't just pick up someone's feed. This isn't a radio. Say I'm reaching, but it's an obvious fact that this was displayed on purpose. If you're a Christian and you know how powerful the name Jesus is, then you have no problem. That is if you call on it. And with the information I'm about to put out in the next day or two, everything is going to get wildly different. So it's very important to remember that fact I just said.
It's a world famous haunted location.
I saw this spirit at the Myrtles Plantation.
Really?
Actually, yes. This is a very famous spirit at the Myrtles. This spirit is very, very commonly seen because if you've never been to the Myrtles Plantation, at night, they oftentimes will give you a complimentary ghost tour of the property. And this spirit is a lot of times seen in this mirror particularly, and there is a doll inside of the home that she often is associated with as well. What is that, though?
That's the first, isn't it?
Is it?
What? No, there's two ghosts up in there.
Yeah, what is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked. I thought it was somebody holding a phone. But,
that was double ghost.
Okay, well that one is see, I personally, the way I see it is I see the black hair in a woman's face and like a white nightgown of sorts.
Oh.
Because she is also
Don't like
seen.
that.
Yes.
Don't like that.
Some of y'all still think that the devil is not real.
They can definitely keep that tour, because I'm not pulling up. I'm good with all that stuff. I don't know why some people are drawn to things like this. One of these days, all that stuff gonna follow your ass home. Then you're cooked. Comment down below. That's wild.
Some of y'all still think that the devil is not real, God is not real, and that this world is not ran by Satan. But look at this. Pentagram clear as day on the menu of Voodoo Donuts. We need to start a revolution. Look, all-seeing eye. Trader Joe's. Coffee. And this is just me living my regular life, walking around, happen to see an all-seeing eye. This is Battlefield 6. It's a video game. There's a patch that you can put on your soldier, all-seeing eye. They're trying to desensitize us to the occult. And I did this illustration. 12 minus 6 is 6. 7 minus 1 is 6. 8 minus 2 is 6. 9 minus 3 is 6. 10 minus 4 is 6. 11 minus 5 is 6. 6 is 6 times 6 is 36. 3 6s, 666. You guys think I'm tripping? It's real. Okay? It's all over the place. They're trying to get you to think that it's normal. NASA, serpent's tongue going through the logo. This is a satanic propaganda organization. Space is fake. The earth is flat just as God describes in the Bible. All-seeing eye. I'm not looking for any of this stuff. If you're a Christian and you're living in sin, it's time to wake up and get serious. Freemason checkered floor in Bloomingdale's. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. All the stuff that's going on around the world. Look, Freemasons, 32-degree, all-seeing eye triangle thing. Broad daylight. The Roman eagle, the same eagle that's on the dollar bill. America is Rome.
Babylon.
All-seeing eye, just random artwork in these cities, these murals and stuff. Third eye, all-seeing eye. Like I said, not looking for any of this. I just happen to be walking places, all-seeing eye. Look at that. Look at that. You see that? And people still think the devil is not real. And 999. Okay, all right. You know what they're doing. They're doing 666. That's what that is. Okay? We need to stop playing games. Okay? This all-seeing eye, this huge all-seeing eye is in Dallas, Texas. They know exactly what they're doing. They are marking their territory for Satan. That's what this is. And these Freemasons and Luciferians, they know that time is short. They know they have a limited time to run things with Satan. Satan will be vanquished. He will be eliminated. We need every Christian to join the revolution. Stop sinning on purpose. Repent of your sins. You are in the kingdom of God. Accept your assignment. You are the resistance.
And as discussing over and over again, it is time to start thinking that AI is totally ready to take over everything. And why do I say that? Because Mr. Dark Web himself, Shiloh Hill, from the WWE, the same individual that brought us blood-stained shoes purchased off of the dark web, might have just created the most sophisticated and unbelievable AI security system. And this system is so advanced, it actually listens to you when you pull up to the front door and actually talks to you when you say something to it. And also, it is that good that if you ever tried to break into his home, you might have a very, very big problem. As a matter of fact, take a look at the video.
Okay, I think I just invented the best security camera in the world. It's just a little Bluetooth speaker, a webcam, and a Raspberry Pi with an AI model told to convince people not to break into that door. Okay, I'm gonna pretend to be a burglar.
That. If you know, you know.
You're on camera. Wow, it's actually really fast. For real though. You know I can see you, right? Yeah. Also, who are you talking to? Oh, okay, I can hear me too, I forgot. I can whisper too.
Wow.
I see you're recording me. So we are both recording each other. Great. Then let's both agree not to do anything we wouldn't want to be sent to the police. There's a pit bull sleeping on the other side of that door.
How incredibly crazy was that? Word for word, it answered him back. It said, great, you're recording me. I'm recording you as well. One of the crazier parts is if you head over to his site and watch a few of his other videos, he's about to teach this AI how to shoot a bow and arrow. So can you imagine anyone trying to break into his home, opening a door, and that comes slinging or flying right at you? And in another video, he plans on teaching it how to shoot mace as well. So one thing is for sure, this definitely will be creating a problem for all of those other standard security systems that are out there, especially if you can train your security AI to do whatever you want to do. And I bet everyone will start thinking twice before they want to rob someone's home or enter without permission. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments, and as always,
I'm not gonna lie, Zone family. I thought that was kind of a brilliant idea. It might get out of hand though. He might just betray you one day. You pull up to your own house and they might hit you with an arrow. So I might have to second guess on putting that thing in my crib. Cause AI bound to betray people. Definitely. Anyway, comment down below.
I was offered $100,000 to go on a brand trip to Dubai, and here's why I backed out of it last minute, because I found out some really disturbing details about.
Yes, we need to talk about the porta potty parties. This is a common story that you'll hear on the internet. A woman with some sort of social media presence will be invited by a modeling agency, invited to go to Dubai for a great opportunity. The woman will be told that she'll get lots of cash in return for her trip. They say that they'll pay for her food, her flights, her lodging, everything. But they also stipulate that once you get there, there may be some things that you have to do. According to some of these women, the things that they're asked to do are straight out of a horror film. Okay. Some women have claimed that the men at these parties like to put women on meat hooks, like something out of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And once the women are up in the air, they beat them mercilessly. Other women have claimed that these men at these parties like to urinate and defecate in and on them. And others have said that they were either forced to or they watched someone get forced to have relations with animals. Ooh. And something really disturbing to me is that according to some of these stories, the men who are paying for these things and engaging in these acts are taking photos and videos of it this entire time. So that means that somewhere in that country there is a database, a huge library of the most disgusting videos and photos that a human being can imagine. And why stop with women? I'm sure that there have been children present at these parties, especially knowing how the wealthy and elite like to operate. This is a disturbing reality. And for people in America or other countries that are watching this thinking that, yeah, this only happens over there, that is not true in the slightest. I can guarantee you that there are elite members of American society, English society, all societies from around the world that fly to Dubai to take part in these parties. Money can really buy you anything in the world. And we've seen it so many different times with child sex tourism and how that is a huge problem. I can guarantee you that there are some people who are living a completely normal life, especially here in America. Maybe they're doctors, maybe they're business people, who fly over to Dubai to take part in these things, film it, videotape it, take photos of it, enjoy their time, and then fly back to America and, basically act like it never happened. It's been my life mission to expose these people, so if you want to follow along on my journey, I host the show The Conspiracy Files on YouTube and all streaming platforms like Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Quick update. This is why they came out with the Dubai chocolate. To steer away from the boo-boo on people. That is crazy.
Did you hear about the man who trained his neighborhood crows to target and attack MAGA hats? A man in the U.S. who identified himself as Dave used social media to document his process of training his neighborhood crows to recognize and remove MAGA hats. Over the course of a few months, he left out mealworms, peanuts, and chicken scraps to attract the crows. Once they became comfortable with him recognizing his trays as a food source, he began covering the food with red baseball caps, similar to the ones worn by supporters of President Trump. So when the crows came to get their daily meal, they had to bite the hat off in order to reveal their food tray. Eventually, the red cap became a symbol for a new meal. So every time they saw the red cap, they would fly down and bite it viciously. Dave's post about training the crows to make a political statement went viral and received a lot of backlash and praise. Dave's reason? Well, he said there's no longer a moral option. Some people called it clever and funny, while others criticized him for using wildlife to make a political statement. Dave's exact location has not been disclosed. So if you're wearing a red cap, be careful. His crows could be anywhere. What do you think of this story? Leave a comment to let me know. I'm Tierka with the T.
Your boy Dave out of pocket for that one. He's using the crows to go get mega hats. What happened to getting the money? I see crows bringing back money. My man want mega hats. Where you gonna put all the mega hats, bro? That is diabolical. If it was me, I'm training these crows to give me some 20s, some Benjamins, some good money, point blank. But anyway, comment down below if I'm wrong or I'm right. Or do you agree with Dave? Comment down below.
What? Who's this? Who is this right here?
Marty Mark.
Because this doesn't look like Martin. He's sparring now? What is he about to do, a boxing match or something? Shh! Don't you ever say it.
He back.
How is this possible, guys? Look at him. He's in better shape than me, you mother. Shh! Word is, he lost like 75 pounds, bro. How are these people doing that? Not only that, guys, he's 59. People are saying that he's pointing at us like it's a joke.
That's a
clone. What's going on here, Martin? Because I'm tired of you celebrities leaving and coming back looking better than ever. Dude was sparring, you mother. Shh. Shut up. This is the real Martin, guys.
Facts.
To lose 75 pounds, that's almost 100 pounds, bro. How, man? Let me know now. Not too long ago, you were staring at a fast food restaurant menu. I mean, Will Smith was trying to figure out what they're gonna eat. Shh. See what I'm talking about? But it's something I find interesting. Even Martin is looking at Will Smith like, who the hell is this guy? He never ages. He always looks the same. Shh. You could have fooled me. But Martin knows what's going on. Something's up with Will Smith, and we all know it. Notice how everybody looks like their agent except Will Smith. Now Martin Lawrence just came back new and improved. You ain't fooling nobody, Martin.
Gave them the plug.
I'm just playing around, guys. Entertainment purposes only. Martin Lawrence lost 75 pounds. I don't know how, but he did it. Shout out to him. I don't know. Let me know.
Crazy work, chat.
A mother went into her son's room, and what she found on his television screen was pretty alarming.
Oh, hell no.
Look at that. Boom.
What, 12 hours of relaxing music?
Somebody was watching her son. See right here.
Oh, you're saying that's somebody from, he's having like a video chat.
It doesn't look like it though. My son's dark screen sleep music was playing, and this random man popped up on our TV screen. It's a scary place. Yeah, so now he's gone. So he saw that they were recording. He's not saying anything. He got caught, and all of a sudden he just dips out.
So you're saying people are hacking into people's TVs and watching them?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yes, they put cameras in TVs now. Looking for hidden cameras? What are you looking for? I got that question a lot. Always be aware if you see one of these left behind. Harmless USB charger, right? Handy travel flashlight? See it?
Oh, yeah.
That's a camera. The phone's not picking it up, but it reflects with a blue hue. Home TV. See it?
Zone family, y'all need to be checking y'all TVs, especially if you got TVs in the kids' room. Creepos are out, okay? The creepos come out at night. They right on the TV nowadays watching your kids sleep. That is diabolical. Super diabolical. Monstrous diabolical. Who does that?
Bro, gangster music has been around forever. Drill music, we didn't see that until, you know, Chief Keef and them came. But before them, the guys from Dro City was already making drill music. It's just that once the labels put money behind murder music, then the streets saw, hold on, we can talk about killing and get paid. Because before that, they wasn't signing no murdering artists. All the rappers was like 2 Chainz in them.
Facts.
Talking money.
Facts. So it's a label propaganda.
For sure, bro.
Keep the jails
But there
filled.
ain't no investment in a dead artist, though.
If you take
So
a
it's like-
bunch of that's already at war, give them $1 million for a record deal, they're not finna go to church the next day. They buying more guns. They finna get more dangerous, more bulletproof vests, bulletproof whips. Why they told Young and Ace he can't have security, bulletproof cars or nothing.
They want him dead.
When they know he at war. And they know he at war.
This is a post from Department of Agriculture, USDA, and this is also a white supremacist dog whistle. And there's going to be a bunch of people who are already collectively rolling their eyes and saying, what are you talking about? I was going to do a whole video on the history of this, and then V, Under the Desk News, did a great job. So I'm going to let them talk to you, and then I'm going to be right back.
Back in 2017, a group of white supremacists who would go on to host the Charlottesville Unite the Right rally came up with this idea that the fact that Caucasian people have an easier time processing lactose than African people meant that white people were superior. And they would exhibit this superiority together by taking off their shirts and chugging milk. This isn't even a secret. This is something that you can look up yourself. This is something that they're proud of that they do. And Donald Trump isn't even the first president to invoke the idea that whole milk, white milk, somehow improved white lives. Back in 1923, President Herbert Hoover was addressing the World Dairy Council, and he said that whole milk is a nutritionally perfect white drink that is responsible for growing the virality of the white race. Many white supremacists will use a milk emoji in their bio to indicate who they are to other people. There was even a nod to sipping milk in the movie Get Out. This is a dog whistle. This is a dog whistle. This is a dog whistle.
This is a dog whistle, and so is this. This was posted by the White House. Yes, they're doing this whole milk campaign because Obama took whole milk out of schools, and that's the angle they're playing. It doesn't change the fact that the terrible people think this is about them. And the whole white supremacist thinking that somehow milk is like a white superiority thing is insane. The only reason that Europeans digest milk the way that they do is because of how long they produce dairy. Guess what? There are a bunch of cultures in Africa that raise dairy cows, and
That's
they
a
can
fact.
also drink milk.
Drink
They're
milk
also
and
not
eat meat.
lactose intolerant. Basically, there's
Facts.
a gene in us that processes the enzymes in milk that usually shuts off as you get older because you don't need milk anymore. And for cultures that continue drinking milk, evolution just said, oh, let's leave it turned on. That's all it is. That's all that makes
Facts.
it happen. It's not about being superior. It's just about nature correcting. And now they're making posts like this to say, no, and it's too late. It was too many posts in the same week with the same messaging, borrowing from the same group for it to be a smoke and no fire. We see what you're doing. Don't let people gaslight you into believing that it's not happening.
There are tribes that just survive off milk. That's all they drink and eat meat. Personally, I don't care for milk, especially when it's getting processed and processed. They take so much away from the milk when you drink it. You farting all day, and that's me. I ain't got no shame. But I'm not drinking milk like that, okay? Milk builds up mucus when it's over-processed. If you getting your milk straight from the cow, it's totally different. But the milk we get here, is it really milk? Because when I drink it, I'm straight letting them go. You feel me? I don't care for it. But anyway, comment down below. He was speaking straight facts.
On January 29th of 2024, the YouTuber Exploring Alabama hiked into the Talladega National Forest, and Jeff was there to do what he always does, which includes metal detecting and exploring abandoned buildings. Now, it should be noted that Talladega is quite large and covers over 600 square miles and is included in the tally of 4,500 search and rescue incidents and parks each year. But on this day, Jeff wasn't looking for anything in particular and spent most of the time walking the creek bed and telling stories. However, it would quickly turn disturbing when Jeff found something that he'd never found in his entire YouTube career. Take a look.
Damn, I want to pick that up.
That is a
jawbone.
A human mandible.
By sheer chance, Jeff finds a bone buried in the earth and begins to dig it up, believing it belonged to a deer, only to find out that it was actually human. But what's even more disturbing is that that's not all he finds.
Why you boys always going
That
to woods
is
by yourselves?
Part of a human skull. Very disturbing to me. But I
Really?
have spent enough time identifying deceased people by their dental records to know they did not have their molars removed and were all the way down to first, second bicuspid, cuspid, and the laterals.
Jeff is left practically speechless, but he quickly jumped into action and hiked out of the forest and notified Alabama police, leading them back to the area where the bones were found. Investigators would find even more bones in the area and eventually identify the man as Nicholas Turley, who had been missing since November of the previous year. In addition, they had found that he had broken his femur and that there was a steep drop-off in the area, leading investigators to believe that he had fallen,
Going to
broken
the
his
woods
femur,
for Dolo.
and succumbed to either dehydration or his injuries. Police found no signs of any foul play, but it makes this case even more chilling, knowing that due to his condition, he was trapped in the forest and at mercy of its elements. Regardless, Jeff
By
was
himself.
affected by this, but had he not been in the area and noticed that small bone fragment sticking out of the ground, this would have likely remained a cold case.
Vampires did not begin with Dracula. They didn't begin in castles or with capes or coffins. Vampiric legends stretch back thousands of years, from ancient Mesopotamian spirits to Slavic revenants to corpses blamed for plagues and famine. Early vampires were grotesque, swollen, rural things, monsters of disease and fear. But in the early 19th century, something changed, and that change came from a young doctor named John William Polidori. Polidori was born in 1795 and earned his medical degree at just 19. In 1816, he became the personal physician to Lord Byron and travelled with him to Switzerland during one of the strangest summers in recorded history. That year became known as the Year Without a Summer. Just months earlier, Mount Tambora in Indonesia had erupted, the most powerful volcanic explosion ever recorded. Ash and sulfur filled the atmosphere, temperatures dropped worldwide, crops failed, snow fell in June, and Europe entered famine. The sky dimmed, storms lingered. The world felt wrong. Trapped indoors by relentless weather at Villa Diodati, Byron gathered with Mary Shelley, Percy Bysshe Shelley, and Polidori. One night, they challenged each other to write ghost stories. That challenge changed everything. Mary Shelley began Frankenstein, creating the modern science fiction monster. And quietly, almost overlooked, Polidori wrote The
Them shoulders throwing me off.
What Polidori did was revolutionary. He took the ancient vampire, once a rotting corpse blamed for sickness, and transformed it into something far more dangerous. An elegant, aristocratic, seductive social predator. His vampire, Lord Ruthven, moved effortlessly through elite society, charming people, draining them and leaving ruin behind. This was the birth of the vampire we recognize today. And Ruthven wasn't invented from nowhere. No, he was widely understood as a thinly veiled portrait of Lord Byron himself. Brilliant, magnetic, destructive, and emotionally parasitic. Polidori knew him intimately, and he turned that experience into myth. Ironically, when The Vampire was first published in 1819, it was mistakenly credited to Byron, stealing Polidori's recognition and deepening his resentment. Polidori's life spiraled. He struggled with debt, obscurity, and depression. In 1821, at just 25 years old, he died, most historians believe by suicide. But his creation outlived him. Every refined vampire that followed, from Bram Stoker onward, traces back to Polidori, and even today, the idea of the vampire as a symbol of power, dual identity, and elite predation lives on, influencing psychology, culture, and even modern spiritual movements, like the Temple of the Vampire, which reinterprets vampirism as a philosophy of self-mastery rather than a monster myth. Polidori didn't invent the vampire, he evolved him, and once he did, the monster never went back into the grave.
I was about to say, that man did not invent no damn vampire. He probably added his own twist to it, but vampires are real. They really out here. Let's keep it moving.
I just got off the phone with my mom and we talked about these beings. Reason why is because our dear neighbor that we used to live, close by, and when we were in Haiti, passed away. And then that story came up. And then we talked about these beings for at least like an hour. And I told her, kind of remind each other exactly my experience. And then, stuff that happens around that house with these beings. Let's get to it. So, I live very close to a neighbor, that kind of became family pretty much, right? They had many kids, and one of them was actually very close to my age around that time. So we became best friends. We were always playing basketball together, playing video games together. We did everything together. I'm talking about from the time that we wake up, from the time that we go to sleep. And then one time that I'm playing basketball with him, and I noticed that he had a massive wound, near his thigh area. and then it looks like a knife punch or something that actually went into his, literally went right in and right out. And I kept asking him what happened, like, you know, what happened that caused this, and then he didn't want to tell me nothing. And but his mom actually told my mom exactly, you know, what happened that caused this. Apparently he went over like the roof of his house and he's trying to jump, you know, like onto the roof of my house, which is like 200 feet away. You know, like, it's not humanly possible unless you, like, I don't know, you like Wemby or LeBron James or Michael Jordan or something. You can leap over that house, you know, like that, you know, especially as a child. He didn't make it. And the two houses were actually separated by a gate. The gate had like spiked, you know, on the top to keep people away. So he fell onto the gate, and then lucky for him, it was just his leg, one leg, that got hung on the gate, and then he was there for like hours, and until like one person actually found him, and then you know, like, he, you know, thank God he made it.
He was lucky.
And I kept asking him, he didn't want to tell me, but like my mom told me, obviously. So the stupid kid that I was, I'm like, you know what? I can make that jump. I'm gonna go up on my roof and I'm gonna jump, like, you know, over his house. And I'm gonna tell him, hey, listen, I made that jump. You didn't. So when I got up there, right? This is where it really got really supernatural, guys. As soon as I got up there, like, we surrounded by trees, and these beings, they love being around trees. Okay? As soon as I got up there, I heard voices telling me to jump. Jump, you can make it. Jump, 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 jump. I'm like, who's talking? So as soon as I turn around, I can see these little things, a bunch of them. I'm not talking about like 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. I'm talking about a bunch of them, hanging from branches, like, you know, like hanging like from the tree, like making himself, you know, like look like they friendly. They telling me to jump. You can make it. We'll give you $1. They showing me gold. I will give you this. They showing me like watches and chain. Like, you can make this. And I swear to you guys, I was so compelled to jump and make that leap. I was ready. I'm literally backing up, right? So I can actually run, give myself a, like, you know, like a really good leap, so I can jump over and make it to his house on top of his roof, knowing that there's a gate downstairs, right? Had spike. If I don't make it, my life is in jeopardy. And I was so compelled, so possessed to do it. As I was about to go, my older cousin, who saved my life, came upstairs, came on the roof, and he yelled. I'm talking about like out of fear, saying, "Don't do it. What are you doing? What are you doing? Have you not learned? Have you not heard what happened to your friend? He tried. He almost lost his life." And then he grabbed me, he drugged me like downstairs, and I told him, I'm like, all I saw was a bunch of like little beings telling me to go ahead, jump, make that jump, you can make it. And that's when he told me, yeah, I'm up there all the time. And then they like offer me things, you know, like they telling me to jump, they telling me to do this, you know, like how many times they told me to take my own life. You know, like they tricksters pretty much. So yes, they do exist, and hey, they probably exist everywhere. You know, but like they more known to be existing in Mexico for some reason. That's where they manifest the most. And they like to throw rocks. They like to tell people to actually hurt themselves. That's what makes them, like, I don't know, like powerful. Like they think it's a joke when they see people get hurt.
They are strong,
but
though.
They do exist. These beings right there, yes, they tiny. They tiny, but they have like this, like I don't know, this way of like persuading people like to do things to themselves, to others, to hurt themselves. I don't know how, but yeah, that's my experience with them. Literally, almost like literally went for my own death right there, listening to these things. If it wasn't for my cousin, older cousin, I wouldn't be here today.
Zone family, Duendes, I think that's the Mexican name, but Zen Zen is the Haitian name for him. Zen Zen. You heard? That's the Haitian name for him. But these beings are for real, for real. They really out here. And they do love tree areas, especially a mango tree, okay? Ask anybody in the islands, have they seen a little person around a mango tree? They love mango trees, and that's a super fact. If you know, you know. I'm telling you, do your research. In fact, some children get favored by these beings, and they teach them secrets and take them to the inner earth. You don't have to believe me. Sound like I'm rambling. Do your own research, okay? If you know, you know.
Is this paprika?
No, that's cayenne pepper. Also, your glasses are on your shirt.
Well, hello.
Could I use this in my chili?
They're both made from chili peppers, and you could put cayenne in your chili, but it is much spicier.
Neo is a speech-enabled AI companion made for any kind of conversation. Neo lives with you in your physical space and has the ability to see, hear, and remember things about your surrounding environment to provide you with uniquely helpful assistance.
I am
For
robot.
example, it can suggest what to cook based on what you have in the fridge, remember your progress while teaching you a new language, and even give you interior design advice. The gestures and the light rings express Neo's intentions. Its audio intelligence can also pick up on whether you are addressing it or someone else in the room to decide if it should respond or not. As you might expect from a home robot, talking to Neo with natural language is the primary user interface for all of Neo's functionality, including autonomy.
Remember we were talking about the conspiracy around the hurricane stuff?
Yep. Yes.
Literally after we stopped filming it, I saw like 10 or so posts talking about this area in North Carolina.
Okay.
That is one of the world's largest deposits of lithium.
Oh, gosh.
I remember that.
And it's in a residential zone.
Yeah, you can't mine it.
And they've gone to these people supposedly and said, we'd like to purchase your land. And they all refused.
Are you kidding me?
And now that exact same spot is
wiped out.
This is Maui all over again.
They said
Thanos.
the amount of lithium there is like upwards of like $5 trillion plus.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Like, I mean, it's lithium rich in this area that was wiped out.
And so now we have to keep an eye on that area because what the flip are they going to do there, dude?
Yeah.
People won't be able to afford to rebuild, and so they'll be looking for a bailout. So if someone can come in and cover it, like the remaining mortgage, families will go somewhere else and start over, leaving the land behind.
Last episode, I said that this hasn't happened, was 100 years ago? Correction.
That is
last
crazy
time this
work.
happened in the North Carolina region, 1,000 years ago.
You ever notice when people have a spiritual awakening, they lose their family and their friends? Your family start calling you crazy, your friends start calling you crazy, and they get to the point where you just want to be by yourself. Sometimes I laugh when I hear people say waking up is so much better than being asleep in the Matrix. I don't know about that. Just remember, it's a thin line between spirituality and going crazy. When people call you crazy long enough, you might start believing it. This video is about to get a little dark and a little deep. Stay with me. Are you happy? Are you sad? It don't really matter because the Matrix don't give a shit about any of us. We all have a spiritual journey and it's not connected to the Matrix. But if you get stuck trying to heal and fix everyone you come across, your time will run out. And the people you was trying to help, they're still going to need help. Never drain your energy for nobody. You have a spiritual awakening, your mind becomes so vivid, you understand everything that's wrong and everything that should be right. But you really can't fix it. So never stress and try to help your family and friends because they're still asleep. They're having a good time while you are suffering. One of the best things you can do while you're still stuck in this matrix, save your energy. Spirituality is all about helping people that want to help you. So when you help them, you save your energy. Everything you do should be about balance. So next time you think about taking somebody's hand and pulling them up, just remember, they can be pulling you down at the same time. That's not balance. Sometimes when you turn your back on certain people, you can look in the mirror and face yourself because everything is a reflection. Your thoughts, desires, and action, it all come back to you. I remember when I first woke up in the Matrix,
reflection.
I was so happy, but I was so stressed. I was happy that I was connected to everything in the universe, but I was sad because I was connected to everything in the universe. I was telling people that water is bad, the food is bad, the fluoride is bad. You can't use this toothpaste, you can't use this mouthwash, you can't eat this food. You shouldn't vote for that person. Watch out for the chemtrails. You can't drink soda. I thought I was doing a good thing, but that shit took so much of my energy. I was like, damn, am I doing the right thing or am I just killing myself slowly? All the people I was trying to help, they was family and friends. And guess what? They ain't give a shit about nothing I was saying. They was still happy and I was drained. Spirituality is about time shifts. So don't feel bad if you can't help someone wake up. Because at some point you will sleep. If they didn't wake up, it wasn't time for them to wake up. Spiritual people should not be depressed. We should be the happiest people on this planet. Because we have the highest vibrations on this planet.
Love, peace, and life, family. I tell y'all this all the time. Many other episodes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really have to protect your energy. You have to protect your energy. Not everybody's meant to be woke. And when they need to wake up, they will wake up on their own time. Right now, let them do what they do. Eventually, gradually, they're gonna start to see what the Matrix is really about. And then you can hit them with a little. But right now, protect your energy and keep progressing, keep learning, keep doing your thing. Love, light, and peace.
The amount of people who will be eaten by supernatural creatures here, because Yah says, if there's one thing you can never tell an American and tell them to stay away from, it's a supernatural creature. It's a clone, it's a synthetic, it's an alien, it's a Nephilim. It's a Nephilim that looks like a person who is a clone. You can never tell people that is an undead, unclean spiritual being. Stay away from it. No, but does it know that it's unclean? Celestial, do they know that they're from Satan? How do you know that you are female? How do you know that you are Mexican? How do you know that you are white? How do you know what it is that you are? But then Satan, all of them have higher senses than we do. But then you're concerned about if it knows it's a clone. Does it know that it's a hybrid? Can they repent? You can never tell us here to eschew evil. But the Bible says in the first verse of the book of Job that Job eschewed evil. To eschew evil means you don't just hate evil as a suggestion in your mind. You despise it and you cut the cake of your life so that evil will never have a chance to get near you. That's what that word eschew means. It means to spurn, to shun, to give absolutely no airtime to a thing. The first sentence of Job chapter 1, Job 1:1, not only states that Job was a righteous man, but it says he spurned, he eschewed evil. Problem is, in the United States, we do not eschew evil. As we're currently seeing, millions of people in this country cheer
in a declaration to cancel it. We canceling anything that doesn't feel right to our spirit. We canceling all negative thoughts. We canceling all negative agreements. We canceling all contracts. We canceling all spaces that don't feel like we're supposed to be there. We canceling any plans that don't feel like we're supposed to be there. We canceling it all and we taking our power back. Make that declaration.
That's a big fact. We canceling anything that don't vibrate high. We canceling all the negativity that comes around us. We ain't playing around. It's 2026. We elevating, baby. We in a zone, all right? We are in the zone. But anyway, family, I appreciate you if you made it all the way to the end. You are goated. You are definitely goated. You are one of them ones. You are legendary. You are loved at the higher zone. I love you guys like cook food. Before you get out of here, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell for every time I drop. You can rock out with me and the family. And don't forget to share the video for more people that's like-minded like you, brilliant-minded like you, get to see the video. And also hit that hype button, Zone family. I definitely appreciate you guys, man. I love you guys. With that being said, vibrate high, stay hydrated, stay motivated, keep negativity from around you, and love thy neighbor. I catch y'all in the next one, Zone family. Peace.
Zone.